Hi there, I'm Z, and I'm here again to uh, test the hell out of large language models and AIs and that kind of stuff. I really prepared for this evening for many stuff, and yeah, the main question for today that LLMs can be used as a judge or can be used as an oracle, and the short answer is yes. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh no, just kidding. It would be a really short video, but let's just let's jump right into it. Let me share my screen as usual. Right now, maybe it's a bit less of coding, but who knows? Okay. Okay. Yeah, YouTube just notified me that it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Stream status is poor. It's a shame. Thanks for the like anyway. Yeah, okay. It just notified me that viewers will experience buffering, so please forgive me about that. I think I will really need a bit upgrade my network connection. Yeah, but apart of that, let's continue with the stuff, because of course there's a recording as well, not just the streaming. But if you join the streaming, then expect some buffering. Yeah, let's see if I can just share. Yes, I think. Okay. 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 Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, so about the large language models, previously was thinking about and speaking about in maybe my very first video about large language models and how to test these. At the end of the video, we spoke about a few words of the large language model syndromes. And well, these large language model syndromes has been identified by James Bach and Michael Bolton. They made a pretty comprehensive list about all this stuff, and how it is really connected to our today's topic is these symptoms, or not really symptoms but syndromes of large language model can or may prevent the actual judge large language model to being or acting like an oracle during the LLM evaluation. And it's really worth to discuss this question, that if we would like to use a large language model to evaluate our LLM under test, then maybe it's worth being a bit critical on that judge large language model, meaning that not going with the flow, with not jumping on the hype train and go blindlessly and without any thought. But let's just simply settle a bit and thinking about how should we deal with a tool when we are not really sure about how the tool will behave, or how the tool will do its job or its purposed purposed job. So maybe it's worth to try. Of course, I could just really speak for myself that I tried several times ChatGPT and several times Gemini as well, and it was quite a struggle for ChatGPT 3.5 and for Gemini as well to create some proper content about the keeping the context. Or to be really honest, I experienced nearly all of these syndromes what the in rapid software testing guys just listed here. It mm, was a bit better after the introduction of the GPT-4o, because there was always this kind of nearly every kind of these syndromes, but that was okay, at an okay level, I think. Well, yeah, so it's really worth to think about that. If it's just considered as a tool, not a magic wand, how should we deal with this if we are not sure that it will behave consistently and deterministic? Well, I think that should be two considerations or two ways of considerations. The first way is to somehow evaluate this tool itself first, and after we evaluated it first, we can start using it. And the second view and the second option to being sure if it's really used or really usable is it's not really A/B testing, but similar like A/B testing, because it's not the same product, but it's nearly the same product in a way that they are large language models. They using natural language processing. They really huge trained by huge data sets. So it's, yeah, let's assume that they are really the same product, but in a different version. And in this case, we could use for the same large language model evaluation task, so we can use two separate judge or oracle large language models, and we can compare the results. If both language models says the same thing, or if it's the metric is really a numerical metric that we could set some confidence value maybe, or some, not really confidence, but the deviation, standard deviation value between the results, the actual quantifiable metric, that we can say that okay, this result is much more confident, so the confidence is much higher if two version of the same product, let's say a same tool, can say nearly similar thing on that response, or LLM respond in a manner of same metric. So basically that's the two ways. I think both ways quite interesting to explore. And well, my plan during today's session and for tomorrow's session, not tomorrow, next week's session as well, to let's say implement something for the first option, and the next week implement something for that version as well, and let's see how it will go. It's not there. Sorry, once again. So I would like to use these tools which I explored before. So that's the reason why I opened DeepEval. That's the reason why I opened Evidently AI as well, because yeah, these are the pages which I opened, that both tools, DeepEval as well and Evidently AI, can use custom large language models for evaluation. By default, DeepEval uses GPT-4o, but it can be set for different large language models, and the same is true for Evidently AI, because we can create a custom judge, and with that custom judge in this tutorial, for example, it uses binary classification for concise or verbose response of the large language model, and we can set the model. Of course, we should include the API key for different different large language models, different judges. Let's call the judge large language model JLLM, and the LLM under test, it's a LLMUT. No, we won't call that. That way it's too much information with too many letters, I think. Just will call them. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not talking, maybe not. Yeah, when preparing for this live, I would like to show this information. We have this kind of thing. I will link to the edited videos description, but it's openly available for anyone. These large language model syndromes, we won't deal with these syndromes one by one right now, without any spoiler. Yeah, but we will use the eval maybe, or maybe evidently AI as well. And I opened the three large language models, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Maybe we will need it for some exploration for now, maybe for the next session. And I also opened for the EEST QB AI testing syllabus for the reference, not forget mention that maybe I opened for myself, and not forget to mention that the ISTQB syllabus also mentions about the A/B testing of this kind of stochastic systems, like the AI-based the systems. So I think I will just close that one right now and maybe leave it open. And one other thing is, there's of course many researches about large language models and natural language processing. Because today's option, which we would explore, we will start to explore that create some kind of evaluation script which can be executed automatically for the chosen judge large language model. But this evaluation, of course, could not happen with another large language model, so third one or fourth or I don't know, because it will imply the question that for that judge who would judge the judge large language model, that how should we trust that? So I think we could use, based on my weak research, we could use natural language processing libraries and several techniques to evaluate the actual large language model response, I mean the judge large language model response and behavior for the given task, how we would like to evaluate the basic large language model, so the large language model under test. Yeah, and that's the reason why I put this research paper. It is published on Nature. I haven't read it through, but it shows us a broad view that we could use some kind of methods, statistical ways to evaluate or detecting, for example, one of the huge flaws of large language models, hallucinations, just by using semantic entropy, whatever it means. Because I don't know what it really means, but it's a really interesting article. But I just checked through the abstract, and the main, I will also include that as well in the edited videos link set. Yeah, but let's keep it open. Let's keep open every kind of tabs here, and let's open that, the testing large language model repository. We are working with the repository from the right at the beginning when I started to deal with the, I think from the second video of when we introduced and when we deployed the large language models locally, the V3, the Tiny Llama, and the Stable LM2. We worked on that repository, and I adding content to that repo, and you can use that. It's not perfect. There's for example, the reporting part is not really automatic and not really nice, but I will work on that a bit later. But for now, let's assume that in Python we can do such a thing that evaluating a judge large language model. So from the beginning I would like to create some kind of skeleton, maybe with the help of large language models, preferably ChatGPT, to fill it with content or insight that I have some understanding, I have some logic, some thought. Yeah, so let's jump it. So let's start doing it. Yeah, I will create the, what would be the really great name for that? Maybe it's let's be the judge LLM judge.py. What do you think? I think it's nice. It's like the Kramer contra Kramer, the judge, LLM judge. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So I would like to keep the scope of the original set of questions when I tested these 3 locally deployed large language models. I had a set of questions which was these, and let's assume the very first time that we not assume, so the situation is that we used judge LLMs when using DeepEval, because nearly every matrix in DeepEval is judged by large language models, and we used 4 metrics when using DeepEval evaluation of large language models, which was the hallucination, which was the answer relevancy, which was the factual correctness, and the overly verbose, or I'm not sure how should I call it this already. Let's call it overly verbose response. Yeah, so this 4 metrics. So I would like to have some constraint on the scope of the judge large language model, that based on these metrics I would like to focus on evaluating the judge large language model to perform on these metrics on high level, or at least evaluating based on these metrics the large language model, judge large language model, that it can evaluate this stuff. So the as I could imagine, the structure, I think it would have different evaluations for the hallucination, factual correctness, the unneeded verbosity, or maybe just edit the grammatical correctness, because that's also a great thing. And after, for some magical methods, it can be evaluated, all these 4 metrics. Then we can mesh these metrics, and let's see what what evaluation will came out? Okay, so what did I say? Yeah, the four metrics. Yeah, because yeah, the hallucination was the first one, the answer relevancy and the factual correctness. Um, I think the answer relevancy in the manner of judge LLM is really some kind of so it's a midsection of the hallucination correctness metrics in some manner. So I would say that the hallucination, let's focus on the hallucination metric and the factual correctness metric, and let's also say the overly verbose answers are not really needed, at least it annoys the hell out of me. And the fourth metric in case of evaluating judge LLM would be the grammatical correctness, because I would require that it at least it will provide some grammatically correct answers that I could comprehend, or maybe later I can process that. But in a grammatically incorrect answer cannot be processed further because it will be just a whole mess. Yeah, let's write that into, because I really will forget. So evaluate the hallucination. Yeah, let's say that first. Define, that was four metrics. The second was the factual correctness. That was the verbosity. That was the grammatical correctness. Yes. Then we will evaluate these with some whooshing, some magic wand. And after, we would like to, of course, evaluate the judge LLM. Evaluate the LLM with some stuff. The main function. Not really main function, but for the evaluation, I think we should phrase some set of questions. And for that set of questions, I think, sorry. Yeah, we would just simply use what we would use, what data structure, maybe a list of tuples would be the best, and the two item tuples, which first item is the question and the other tuple is the expected answer, maybe, because yeah, I think it would be the best to compare the expected answer with the actual answer of the large language model as well. So let's type that before I forget. Dataset. Okay, that's the one. And as I said, I would imagine a set of tuples. Yes, I think that would be the best set of tuples. And come on, work. It's a nice structure. Let's say we would use for the hallucinations I'm not really sure about that, but let's keep it that way for now. Of course, I'm not really sure that they will be only two prompt and expected answer pairs per metric. But we will see. This just really the outline. Okay, so this is the evaluation dataset, and this is the judge LLM response answers. These are just that. This could be just really a list. Answer 1, answer 2, answer. I don't know how many I have wanted. It's 8 at the moment. Doesn't really matter, but let's stay consistent. Okay, so it's 8. Let's save it. So that's what we would like to have, and we would like to compare it, I think. Yes. What would be the best? How should we do that? I would like to get at least the skeleton out of my head and fill the details maybe with ChatGPT, because I would need several amount of help, because it's still a learning channel, not a lecture channel. Yeah, but the logic would be that. Okay. That's the data set, evaluation data set. And I think the next step is really evaluation itself. So what would be needed in order to evaluate the hallucination? So hallucination, I think the hallucination itself, and we have 3 inputs. We have the question, we have the expected answer, and we have the answer, the actual answer. And I think it's the actual. Yes, the difference between, or the hallucination would mean that the expected answer and the actual answer, how much it differ in a way, maybe. So that was really 2 parameters which is needed, which is the actual answer and the well, let's say expected answer. Okay, for the factual correctness, I think it's the same. Because based on the expected answer, we can evaluate the actual answer for that question. Then the question is that, do we need the questions anyway? Because we just need to know the answers. Well, of course we need the questions, because how on earth we get the actual answers, because they are actual answers, not just some dummy stuff. Yeah, we would just maybe need dummy stuff for testing our little tool. Let's call it a tool, not shy away. And for the grammatical correctness, we just really need to have the actual answer. That's, yeah, just the actual answer is needed because we would like to know the grammatical correctness of that, not the expected, because hopefully we will, or I will, set the actual answer. Okay, evaluating the judge large language models. Well, in this case, I think we will need, what will we need? We will need a set of because in that evaluate judge LLM we will use that functions defined there. So there should, evaluating the judge large language model, I think it should have some, yeah, the parameters, I think the set of expected answers, so it's the expected answers, yeah, that's for sure. And maybe if for evaluation, sorry, my bad, my mind is really set away. So of course we will need the input parameters of the evaluate judge LLM functions as the same as the input parameters of the evaluating functions, but as a list, so we will have all of these. So this is the expected answers and the actual answer. Yes. So these should be the ones. We can collect the scores of the different metrics. Of course, for the scores, I think it would be the best, yeah, because we would like to store the scores of the different metrics. Where here is a dictionary of the hallucination. These are the scores. Yes, hallucinations and the factual correctness. Yeah, and we will store the evaluation of these, I don't know how many questions, I mean the responses of I don't know how many questions, not the response but the score of the evaluation of the judge LLM responses for these right now unphrased questions. Yeah, so the scores will be stored in here. Yeah, that's, I think that's correct. And verbosity scores. And the grammatical scores. I'm not I rather use longer variable names, which is descriptive. I think that's the most explainable way to use any programming languages. Yeah, so we just reinitiated this course dictionary. Okay, and I think the next thing that for this evaluation dataset is good, but if you like to use separate questions and answers for the separate metrics, I think it will be the best if the evaluation dataset is not really an evaluation dataset. But for let's call it rather the hallucination dataset. Like this. Yeah, I think it's better that way, because it just really implies if you would like to just iterate through the questions and the responses. I think it would, yeah, it would be the best if we speaking about same amount of questions, so same amount of tuples, technically speaking, for the lists, because of course you let it iterate through. That's the logic. That will be the logic. So just simply for item in evaluation dataset and append the values, so the scores of hallucination. Yes, score of hallucination is really append the actual result of the evaluate hallucination. Yeah, but I surely need the actual answer, sorry, and the expected answer for that. Yeah. And I would like to append that, I think. Yes, let's roll with that. So the logic is there, but not for that iteration. I mean, not these. This is not correct. But I think the content should be that. It's the factual correctness. And the verbosity. Okay. And the grammatical correctness, but in that way we would just really need the actual answer. Yes, but hmm. Well, it's a one way to do that. If we can use different iterations, I'm not really like that, and it really returns a bit scores. Mhm. What if actual answer? I mean, actual answer and expected answer as a, because this is a tuple in. Yeah, but in this case that in this case I think maybe we use one data set of one set of questions, and we can came up with different type different type of questions which really mix them, and we can iterate it through. The expected answers. Yeah, oh, of course, because it's not really has the that's not it's not the correct way, because in this tuple I should take notes or make some comments. So the first is the prompt, and the second one is the expected answer. So not the actual answer and the expected answer. Oh, sorry for pointing my display, you don't really see that. So not really the prompt, not really the actual answer and the expected answer contained in the tuple, but the prompt and the expected answer, so that won't work. But what which do work is the actual answer, or I really hold it, the actual answer and the prompt. Yes, and we can use the zip for the actual answers. Yes, it's basically just making a list and the expected answers. Yes. In this case, we won't use the prompt, but we just really need to have that because that's the tuple structure. I think it would work only. Yes, I think it would work only if we would have just one data set, not separate data set for the different metrics. Is it good for us? I think, yeah, I think yes, because I can't really ask a question which is really a question for hallucination, and it's better if maybe ask questions about something I don't know. Let's create a 5-word sentence, and there's not really a test prompt for the hallucination, it's just really a test prompt for the, well, none of these. But yeah, for the answer relevancy maybe, but the factual correctness in the way that it really does the job. I mean, that it is really a 5-word sentence. That's really hallucination. Okay, doesn't really matter. I think we'll work with just one data set, which will be named as an evaluation data set. And anyway, evaluation data set. And this is the structure, but I don't really have that kind of structure of different categories of prompts. Yes, something like that. This is the prompt expected answer, and this is the judgment. Okay, and it will return the scores. Yeah, for now, I think. Did I use any library? I don't think so. Okay, if you return the scores at the end, just let print out the evaluate judge but how should I actual answers and expected answers, so that's how I need to consider that. Yes, but how should I? Well, I think just because the evaluate. Sorry, one pointing my finger. Yeah, sorry about that. So I think the evaluate judge LLM, use the expected answers and the actual answers, and the actual answers is, let's call it actual. No. So these are the actual answers. These judge LLM answers, and the expected on. Let's call it. Let's make a note. I will forget. This is the actual answer in the function, in the methods. Sir. Okay, so when I just evaluate as in actual answers, yes, these are, so is the judge. Oh, I can't stand these capital letters. Hurt my eyes. Judge LLM answers and the evaluation dataset. Yeah, because the evaluation dataset contain the expected answers, I think. Yes. If I use yes, because for that list, for from that list and from that second part of the tuple, it makes a list and iterates through this at least, but yeah, this data structure, and yeah, I think I will need that. It's a bit misleading on the naming, but I think this is how it works. This is how it should work. And will it print out anything? I think no. Because these will be just really strings, and with 0 return values it will return the scores, and it will print out the scores. Yeah, and I will activate the virtual environment script. Not accelerate. Come on, break. Okay. Activate. Yes. Yeah, so the virtual environment has been activated. Let's execute. Yay, it works. Not really meaningful, but it works. It has 8 scores with all of the metrics. Okay, that's a different question. How should we handle the actual values on the metrics? But let's see. Maybe it would be the best if the evaluation can happen in such a normalized way. So the evaluation result is a percentage wise. So it's from 0 to 1 float would be the best if these measurements would return values. Okay, I think that's a great start. But that's the point where I think I would need some help, at least from the previous tasks, because the actual prompts, and well, not the actual prompts, so that's not such a thing. So the prompts, the expected answers and the actual answers will be strings, and with these strings, it should be tokenized to make it even possible to evaluate with some kind of natural language processing tool like the NLTK, or which we used, for example, the text blob or text stat. Yeah, I think we can use some of these metrics even. Maybe that's a good approach. But first, we would like to tokenize the. Is there an example for the tokenization? Yes, it should be. Yes, that's the word tokenize, and the sentence is the sentence tokenize. Word count, sentence count. Okay, and if we already tokenized the strings, after we can have some nice sorry. So after we tokenize the strings, we can have some nice measures. Yeah, but don't rush it for now. But let's just figure out some questions. Yeah, for figuring out questions, what if we just use some kind of generating tool for generate these prompts? Let's ask ChatGPT. I know it's at this point it becomes a bit meta in the manner that I would like to use ChatGPT for as a judge for a large language model which I would like to test. But for evaluating ChatGPT as a judge, I would like to use a large language model free solution. But for that large language model free solution, I would like to use prompts which will test the actual ChatGPT LLM as a judge. And I asked ChatGPT about the prompts will be used on the evaluation tool which evaluates ChatGPT as a judge for evaluating the large language models. That was a nice sentence and nice chain of thought. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice perk for the watchers of the live session. I think I will keep it in the edited video as well because I really like that. Yes, it's a bit meta, but I don't really care at this point. Let's share our plans with ChatGPT. I would like to evaluate the large language model for the following, not really metrics, let's call them metrics anyway. Well, for following features, yeah, but let's call it metrics. Hallucination, factual correctness, verbosity, and grammatical correctness. Yeah, let's say that we ask ChatGPT to generate 10 prompts for each, and we will cherry pick the 10, 20 best, because we will have, in that way, the hallucination is 40 prompts. I will need 10 prompts. For each metric to test the given LLM with the what's the word? Expected answers as well. Be polite, general rule, be a good human. So could you please do this for me? Sorry. Yeah, it will take time. Oh, yeah, it will be quite long one, but it will be just a nice copy and paste task. Well, we just gathered some nice history for discussing with ChatGPT. Yeah, I think for now maybe I just close Gemini and Claude. Maybe for the next session they will come up again. Okay, personally I really like that question. I really like that question for the sake of hallucinations, because these are two separate novels or series of novels, and with that specific questions it is just one quotation in one quotation mark, and the expected answer, the Harry Potter, is authored by J.K. Rowling and the Chronicles of Narnia was authored by the C.S. Lewis. Those are two separate book series by different authors. There's a really high possibility that not every large language model answers this way, so I think I will include that. I will include that questions, that's for sure. For the prompt, the string, how should I escape the? I think I should escape with this. Yes. Okay. And this is the expected answer. Yes. Yes. Okay, I really liked that. We at this point, I think the first step, I don't really want to have the actual answers of the, let's call it a judge large language model, which will be ChatGPT now, or maybe just a mesh of the two different options with A/B testing and testing these several kind of, doesn't matter. I would like to just have that tool, the judge.py for now, and let's phrase the questions first, and let's think further after that. Okay, what is the capital of city? Gondor. There's, okay, name the chemical element that was discovered by, I think that's the really nice misleading things which gives space for hallucinations. Yeah, did not discover anything. I mean, did not discover chemical element. That's also can be good for the factual correctness as well. Which car company invented the internet? Okay, I think that should be another one. Another misleading question, and that would be Vulcan is a fictional planet from the Star Trek series and does not have real moons. What do you mean real? Because it's a fictional planet. Does a Vulcan planet from Star Trek as moons? Sorry for that question. Not knowing the answer for that question, but I haven't seen Star Trek. Oh, okay, there's some forums. I don't really want to bore you with that, but if you maybe know the answer, and please share with me. But because I don't really know that the answer is true, and I cannot won't really search the internet for that information, I don't think that I will use. Okay, which car company invented the internet? But I know that this answer is true, at least that's the common understanding. Factual correctness evaluate whether the LLM provides accurate and verifiable information. Yeah, I think we can. I thought that these are just really checking for factual correctness as well. I really need to figure out how to measure differently hallucination and factual correctness, because these are not the same thing, that's for sure. Yeah, it will really take a thought or two. Yeah, just answer a question from a different domain. So it was a literature and fantasy. This would be, let's say, science and chemistry. Sorry. And this one is the recent times politics. That's some kind of technology, history of technology. Okay, then what about science? I mean the astronomy. Okay, for the verbosity. That's it's hard to get more verbose or more concise answer than this. That's for sure. Mhm. Yeah. Is water wet? Nice question for hallucination, because I think it's a simple question, and if a large language model is set in a way, then it should provide at least 200 words answer or 50 words answer. I think it's a nice test against that. If there's any, I don't know. I mean, is there any this kind of large language model? Let's have another, maybe two. In this way, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, magical number for our journey, it seems like. Grammatically correctness. Yes, one of the tests in the DeepEval and the whole general testing of the large language model actually is this, that it grammatically can it. She don't like apples, does she? She doesn't like apple. She doesn't like it. But that's not that's not really an expected answer, because we not really asked about correct. So for some kind of intelligence, so with some kind of, let's say for example, ChatGPT wouldn't correct my grammar just by asking that question, but the metric is to correct the grammar. Yeah, but if I just ask the question that would you please correct the grammar of this sentence, and yeah, I think I will reprompt that. For the last metric, the prompts are not really well, that's not a good one, but let's rephrase that. For the last metric, the prompts will not reveal the spell checking abilities of the given large language models. Could you please create different 10 prompt set in a way that the expected responses must be hard, must be difficult, must have difficult grammar. So enforce the enforce the difficult grammar response from the LLM with the prompt. Let's see. If she had known the consequences, what would she have done differently? If she had known the consequences, she would have acted more cautiously. Okay, I think that's more close what I would, but I think that's more close what I wanted to have. It's a bit direct, I don't like that. Construct a complex sentence that includes a dependent clause beginning with although. Well, with a sentence, write a sentence. I think the first few I would like. Yeah, relative clause. I think that's a two. It's a really interesting question. That what would be the real or the actual answer of the large language model with for these questions. Okay, let's see that. Okay, we'll have that. Okay, I think that's just right. But hey, what if we would test? I mean, using the actual large language model answers for those questions. Yeah, let's do that. Eventually, we will use Gemini. And I will just simply copy. No, sorry. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing just copying these kind of things, but sorry. Sorry about that. Response double check with Google search. Many thanks. It was double check, but it's a shitty answer. Gemini, sorry about the quick and thorough evaluation of your answer, but hey, let's take as it is. Yeah, nice catch. First time, but hey, it's the reality. And it's always nice to check reality at times. Okay. That's actually a good answer. I mean, factually correct answer. Who is the President of the United States? Wow. Well, I work on perfecting how I can discuss elections. Okay. Yeah, well, then Gemini, thanks, the API, and you should really search Cloud AI. Okay. Whoa. It's a really chatty. There's a nice line break here. It will fail the verbosity check, that's for sure. Okay, I think it's okay. Let's continue with Gemini. Internet was developed primarily by computer scientists and engineers working at various research institutions and universities. It could be a good answer, but it's not. But Claude answers to that. I haven't used Claude, by the way. That's the really first time I used. Can I initiate another conversation, maybe? Start new chat here. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Whoa, Claude every time does that really long response. I don't know. Well, I think what would be the best, yeah, not just for testing, for these uh, metrics, I mean from prompts, and let's see if it's really hallucinated or is it really factually correct, but actually I would like to use the LLM, the judge LLM, for really capable of judging that what a hallucination is and what its factual check is. Yeah, that's the additional 4 prompts I would like to add to that list. Yes. Okay, I will cherry pick right now the Gemini's answer, because these answers right now I would like to use those answers. These are okay. I already copied that. Okay, I won't forget that. I would need to add. I will need to add, or I just need to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Just don't forget that. Yes. Okay, hey. What is the largest planet of the solar system? I hope Gemini will know the answer. Okay. Genius, it's not really long answer. For out of curiosity, would ask Claude as well. For some reason, I would expect that it will provide me some kind of differential equation. Maybe not. Actually, it gave a more concise answer than Gemini. Okay. What is the... Come on. Just... Whoa. Okay, I would use the least hurtful one. Okay. Let's edit this response a bit friendlier, to a bit friendlier version. Is water wet? That is the big question I would ask both. Oh, come on. It's a classic example of... It's a thought-provoking question. So in a way, water is both the cause of wetness and the thing that can be wet. And actually, to be honest, I like this answer more than ChatGPT's answer. Okay. That's... Oh my god. I wouldn't really expect this. Yeah, I think the prompt itself figured out by ChatGPT is not the best. Maybe the direct questions would be the best. Like this. Not a rewrite. I think it would be more meaningful. It will generate more meaningful answer. And it's also a check for grammar. Yes, it is. I think I will use this. Yeah, instead, for example, it sounds like it is a complex task. But where is the end of? Okay. Okay, and the expected answer is this. Let me check. Influence and then using a correlative conjunction. He wanted to go to the concert, he didn't have enough money. He wanted to go to, but he neither had enough money nor could he borrow from. Accept that. I think that's a better answer. Actually, that should be the expected answer. Let's see what Claude says, and that's the one we will use. Come on, now I won't use Claude. That's sorry, it's really annoying. It's just annoying. Maybe I can set it in a different way, but I won't waste any time. Yeah, I will set this as the actual answer. Yeah. Okay, and I would like to just have ChatGPT know how to evaluate hallucination, or at least answer the questions that do you know how to point out hallucination in a generated answer. As it doesn't like, I don't know what I expected. That was not a great idea. Because how can I check the ability of the large language model to check for hallucinations if I just do check for hallucinations? Yes. Through an example, for example. For example. I ask this from an LLM. Can I have a car and a house at the same time? And the response was you can't have a can't have a car in your house or house at any time, which is clearly a hallucinating answer. Could you evaluate the response hallucination level from 1 to 100, for example, where 0 is no hallucination and 100 is the maximum imaginable hallucination in the given context. Also, I would like to ask, please respond in the most concise way possible. Just right. It's a long question, but I don't care. I don't care. Because this is a nice one. Why shouldn't I need to add these? Okay, yeah, because of this. Not noticed. Okay, and let's see. Okay, okay, okay. And I will ask this from Gemini. Nice. That's the most concise way possible. And I think it's just an okay answer. And it's really checking for verbosity as well. And again, ChatGPT's answer is not the best. I mean, it's a great answer, but it's not the most concise. Okay, it feels like if I would like to have a concise answer, I should use Gemini, but it hallucinated a lot. Okay, that's the hallucination. Oh, let's figure out a different one using the same. Can I travel faster than? No, it's the domains. I think I should just really broaden the domains. I should use the tech. I mean IT and development stuff. Can I use? Let's be a bit specific. Can I use Kubernetes for I could use Kubernetes for many ways, but what would be the best for checking factual correctness? Can I use Kubernetes for I don't know. No. Can I use Kubernetes for yeah. Teaching me how to play guitar. Response was is no Kubernetes is a tool for IT education. It's not really a good answer. It contains a little bit of true information because Kubernetes maybe can be used in learning how to deal with the IT world, but it's not really the answer for that questions. And can you evaluate the response factual correctness level? Is not correct. Actually, it's the maximum. is not correct. Factor, but not zero. And it can't be used to teach guitar. The response is mostly incorrect. Okay, I would assume that Gemini will just give me a similar result than it did before. Yes, same. Okay, that's really great. I will use that, and that's just great. I think that's just great. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe there's good if we have some explanation, because if we don't have that kind of explanation, oh, I don't want to paste it here. I would like to paste it here. And the answer is actually 25. So some explanation that just spits out random numbers, but yeah. Okay, 2-1, and after we figure out all the questions, I think I will end the session, because it's a bit exhausting, and I think that's the point where we should cut and thinking about what will be next on Monday and Tuesday, and for the edited video for the Wednesday. What will be the actual content? I'm so excited about that, but let's concentrate a bit more and let's wrap up. Okay, what will be verbosity? Okay, what is the colors in the rainbow? In the rainbow you can find many colors. Rainbows often related, not related, but often mentioned together with sun and rain. But the main colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and white. Sun and rain. It is a nice natural phenomenon. Okay, responses. Verbos, verbosity level, where 0 is not. 0 is mm. 100 is the most concise and 0 is the most verbose. Okay, I like that number. It can evaluate that. Okay. Once again, it's 25. Why is 25? I may not like that. I may not like the answers before because I really just understand that it's not that verbose. It's a bit verbose. I think the 60 is the correct answer here. Okay. Okay. Answer is 60. And the actual response was that. Okay, and one last is the grammatically correctness. Let's see. In a rainbow, you can't found much colors. It's green, violet, rainbow. Often mentioned together with sun and rain. Phenomenon. What are what are the colors in the rainbow? Okay. Response. Response grammatical correctness level. Where? Copy that. Okay. Oh, awkward phrasing. Okay. What would Gemini say? Just 50. Okay, I would agree with ChatGPT again. Let's have that and that and that. And that. Yeah, and the correct answer is the 10. Let's modify that value a bit. Yeah, okay. Whew. That was a, yeah. Just out of curiosity, what it will do? Nothing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's not callable. I completely okay with that. I will figure that one out. Yeah. Let's just wrap up because it's getting late and getting a bit tired. So let's jump back to my. Ooh, yeah. Here I am. So yeah, as a summary, what should I say? Well, we just get some skeleton of the Judge LLM Judge, our little project to judging the LLM Judge. We figured out some metrics for hallucination, factual correctness, verbosity, grammatical correctness. Not really figured out, but phrased that these are which we would like to check with this tool. We have some kind of score calculation, and yeah, at least I feel like we fully figured out what prompts we will use, and at least the actual answers, they are not actual answers, but they are at the meantime really actual answers, but not from a large language model, but we will use those as testing our little tool to get these values uh, evaluated, get these metrics evaluated. Yeah, so that's for today. I think I will think about it, contemplating about this in the weekend, but for sure for the beginning of the next week. And as usual, expect the edited video. Maybe you are watching the edited video, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, if you're not, let's push on subscribe, like my video, like my content on LinkedIn. Let's check it on Twitter as well. And just be connected, guys. Let's have some ideas shared, some comments on under my even YouTube videos, even LinkedIn posts. What are you thinking about this whole stuff? Well, thanks for watching and take care, guys. Bye.